Hello, everyone, and welcome to Synchronicity.
Hello and welcome to Synchronicity, episode 5, episode 6.
I don't know, girl.
I don't know,
We
girl. Oh no,
we
dude.
we just. Do you mind if I call you girl like that? I feel like
Yeah. Oh
I
my
do it
God.
all the
Why does
time.
everyone used to call me girl? Like I had coworkers who would accidentally call me girl, I mean boy. And I'd just be like, it's okay, I'm gay. Like,
Well, that's exactly why. I'm like, it's fine.
yeah.
And you're my brother. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just came off of 45 minutes of dealing with technical
So
issues.
this may be a short episode because we can't stand each other right
Shorter.
now.
I can stand you. You're the one who was getting crazy. You're the one who was like, I'm so frustrated. I was like, okay, everything's fine. So anyway, we're back recording after a while. You got an episode last week. By the time this comes out on Thursday, you'll have had a bonus episode with our recordings on the road to Dollywood. That sounds like one of those features that they're doing, like on the road to
On the road to
Dollywood.
Dollywood.
Yeah. So by the time this comes out, you'll have had some extra goodness. Okay, should we do a thumbnail, Michael? Should we go like look at each other? Should
Love
we
that.
go?
I don't like that. Okay, Christina. They can't, the people
Okay,
who are,
I'm editing this in real time,
I
Michael.
know, but I know the people
I'm
who are
gonna get out of
listening, because a
here.
lot of people just listen to podcasts, they don't watch
No,
them.
I'm gonna edit what we just did out of the
Okay.
video and the audio. Why aren't you understanding?
I have had it with Christina, y'all. I have
I
had it with
didn't do
Christina.
anything. I
Um,
literally I was literally walking you through how
we're
to
6
fix
episodes
this.
in and I'm already done. I'm
I don't
having an issue
understand
with my
what I
sister.
did. Well, you have been done with me because let me just tell you, I dropped you off with mom and I didn't hear from you for a week. I took you on a trip to Dollywood. I was with you for 4 days. I made you do too much. And now you can't stand me and you don't even want to be around me and you don't even want to call me.
I'm really introverted and I had a lot of extroversion going on and I was doing a lot. Like we were in Tennessee
Hmm.
and we were riding rides and we were talking to strangers and Islands in the Stream was playing every like
You can't
five
complain about
minute.
that. You loved it.
I loved it too. I know Islands in the Stream. No, I love the Islands in the Stream section of Dollywood.
It
If you go to
really was a
Dollywood,
section.
there is an Islands of the Stream section of Dollywood and it's right by the water feature.
And it really is a section. Like
It is
it,
the section because every time we passed by it, it was playing Islands in the Stream.
I bet the people that work in that section go insane.
Yeah, they probably do. But we should
Um,
just do a recap of our trip to Dollywood.
yeah, I think that would be great. Do you want to start anywhere?
I want to start with the pièce de résistance.
Wow.
Yes, that was the Dolly Parton experience,
Beautiful.
which made you cry
It really did.
because you saw how many books she had donated across to the UK, Ireland, America, Canada,
Okay, you're listing all the
the
countries.
countries that the program affects. Yes, yes, I am because
Okay.
it's amazing. It's not just in America. She also sends these to white children overseas.
Okay. Anyway, yes, I did end up sobbing at the end of the Dollywood or the Dolly Parton experience. And really what triggered that was reading the story about how her father could not read and write and how she started the Imagination Library and the Dollywood Foundation because of her father and in honor of her father. And it really got me in the feels.
They
It
need to
really,
have a
really hit me.
QR code so that you can donate to the
Yes,
Imagination
we
Library.
might have missed it, but in case we didn't, I will say that should happen. Yes.
That should happen. There should be a QR code where you can directly donate to the Imagination Library.
Yeah.
And that's what our mom requested. Instead, we bought her a coat of many colors mug.
which made her cry.
Yeah.
I was proud of
Oh,
that.
and also, hello, the Dolly Parton experience had the original coat of many colors.
I think, I mean, they didn't say if
They
it
didn't.
was.
It looked beaten up. It looked like it was for a little girl. I'm
I
pretty
mean, sure,
sure
of
it's the
course.
original coat of many colors, or they're
I
made you believe
hope.
that it's the original coat of many
Well,
colors.
that's what I was
Either way,
confused about. I was
I
like,
think
is it
it
the
was
coat of many
Christina.
colors?
It
And
is
then
the coat of
remember,
many colors.
I pressed the button and it like did this whole magical like light up thing and started playing the song. I
In
was like,
my
oh,
coat of many colors.
you better believe I've played
My
that so
mama
much.
gave to me. I've been
Michael was
listening to
really
Blue
done by the end
Smoke.
of our trip, though. Me too. Liam really loves Blue Smoke. And especially because when we're in the car, I
Liam loves
sing
Blue
it.
Smoke
Yes.
because it's about a
Um,
train.
because
Of
it's about a
course he
train.
loves it.
Yeah. And he loves his train shirt, which does fit him, Michael. And I told you that. Let
I
me
thought
just
it
say there
wouldn't
was
fit
a theme
him.
on this trip. Let me just talk about the theme on this trip. And the theme was me stating something and Michael not believing me or like just not like acknowledging, not
Acknowledging
accepting,
what you
like
believe.
just like completely bypassing what I would say. So I bought a shirt for my son. He was like, "You can't get that for him. It's 5T." I was like, "He's my baby. He's a beanpole. He's gonna fit into it." And he does. Let me just
No, I
list.
told you you had to get a 5T, but you
I
said he's a
know.
4T.
I
He
know.
can
That's
fit into a
literally what I
4T.
just said, Michael. I said he's a 4T and he can fit into, or he's a 5T, he can fit into a 4T. And you
Okay.
were like, it's not going to happen. And he fits perfectly fine into it. I'm like,
Okay.
he's my son. I know my son.
Is that the thing that has a fart joke on it?
Yeah,
The
it says who tooted and it's got a
who
train.
tooted?
It's a great shirt. He loved it. He went, who
He's King
tooted?
Farty Toot.
He is King Party too. And
He's King
he,
Farty Toot.
and whenever he talks about the shirt, he shows people and he goes, it says who tooted. And so he loves it.
Love it.
The other thing Michael denied me of is when we went to go see From the Heart, the 50-minute Dolly Parton life story musical, and he was like, "You can't bring your tea, and you can't bring your tea. You're gonna have to finish your tea." Lo and behold, we get into the theater, and people are eating like literal hot dogs
Yeah,
next
there was
to
that
us.
woman with a hot
And
dog.
like,
Remember that fabulous woman who like was in pink and had a cowboy
oh,
hat
she
and
was
had her
amazing.
hot dog?
Yes. So there were like just a lot of things, I'm a strategist when I'm in a theme park, and Michael just was not
I'm
having
a
it.
strategist when I was a
Mm,
strategist on ride day.
but even
Ride
on
day, like
ride
I made us
day,
leave the line for the Fire Express thing,
yes,
whatever
that was a
that
good
ride
call.
was. That was a good call, so we could go on Tennessee Tornado.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So the first day at Dollywood, just the Dolly Parton experience was wonderful, but the first day we really focused on rides, and then the second day we focused on the museum and shows.
And that was a
And
good call because
yes.
honestly, we got on every major roller coaster that the park had,
hmm Yeah, we
besides
did.
the Big Bear Mountain one.
No, we did that.
No, but
That
we
was
did
the orange
no,
one.
but we did that the second day.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. You're right.
Yeah, so we did get on almost every major coaster that the
On the first
park
day.
had on the first day.
Yeah, and we were balling on a budget, so the travel to Dollywood was rough, and I
Yeah,
probably
it was
wouldn't
a
do that
3 hour
again.
drive. It was a 3 hour drive from Nashville to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, so I probably wouldn't do that again, but the benefit of that drive was that we did get to go to Buc-ee's for the first
Yeah,
time.
but I wanted to bring this up. I was on Threads and apparently there was like this gay man who was like saying, "Before I buy anything from Bucky's, can I find their stance on DEI?" And it's like apparently
Oh.
horrible.
Oh no.
And I know I have a Bucky shirt. And they were talking shit about like gay men who like rep Bucky's. I was like, "Oh shit, but I like Bucky's."
Oh no.
But yeah, their stance on like racism and LGBTQ rights and stuff is like not a good track record at
Oh
all. But I
no.
will be repping the Bucky shirt and I will still have it on the Bucky sticker on my sketchbook.
I mean, I just want to say the employees at Bucky's were lovely. The people there were so
They were
nice. It was a
lovely.
wonderful experience. And I'm
Hmm.
sorry your politics suck. I really hope that changes and that you'll be accepting of all people because we had a really good experience. And, I have a lot of beaver nuggets coursing through my veins
You
now.
still have beaver nuggets?
No, we finished them actually like the day before yesterday.
Oh
We're,
wow, you guys lasted a long time. We went through, Mom
Mhm.
requested that bag. She was like, I need seconds. And like I was like, here you go, girl, I'll top you off. And we like went through that bag like day one. It was
Yeah.
a
We had a
question.
really good time, and I think it was great for us to bond as siblings. And also, I feel like it really gave me insight into the fact that I have a lot more energy than you.
You
And
do have a lot more energy than me
and I didn't
because
know
you,
that.
yeah, you have a lot more energy than
Mhm.
me. It's because I don't expend a lot of energy anymore.
Yeah, well, I also feel like the first day of a theme park, you really clock in and you lock in and you're going. And I was mentally prepared to do the same for the second day. And I don't
No.
know if you were mentally prepared for
Day
that to
two,
happen.
I don't do day two at a theme park ever. Like that was the first time I've done a day
Hmm.
two at a theme park. It's usually a day
Yeah.
one and done, and then the next day I'm like lounging in my pajamas, eating cereal, watching the Saturday cartoons.
Yeah. And
Like,
I don't think you were mentally prepared for day two. And I
well,
also
day
feel like
two
your
we
shoes
rode like
failed you.
we. I know my shoes did fail me, and I have that problem in India too. I don't know what is Adidas. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Adidas. What the fuck? You're a
Yeah.
sports shoe. Why? And I loosened you up. Like, why the hell are you failing my arches?
Yeah. Answer for your crimes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
honestly, if I had a better shoe, I think I should have brought my Pumas.
Okay. Not sponsored. I just want to mention that.
No, we don't
Um,
sponsor, no. And why would we want them as a sponsor? No. I
okay.
mean, like, I
Well,
love
anyway.
Adidas, I love Puma, but like, no.
All right. I would welcome the opportunity, but
You would welcome the opportunity for a
um
sponsorship. Okay.
anyway, um Michael was really unprepared for day two, and then on top of it, it was like a day of travel. And so,
The travel day, we had a little rough patch in New York, but it honestly it took us 6 hours of travel to finally just be done with each other.
yeah.
6 hours of travel, 3 days of being together, and then we
Yeah.
were finally like, fuck you.
I wasn't
And
like fuck you, but
I'm
I
gonna
was
eat my
like,
salad in silence from Chopped and
uh-huh.
have my seltzer, and then I will
Yeah.
talk to you later once we get into this conversation with this delightful old man who sits next to us
Yeah, he was
at the
delightful.
Moynihan Train Hall.
He's hiring for a nonprofit. I wish I had written down the nonprofit, but I thought I did. But he's hiring for a New Jersey Transit thing.
Oh
So,
God, and that's when it started, when we were on New Jersey Transit
yeah.
and we
Oh,
were
yeah.
almost
Let me
gonna get
just
off at
say
Newark.
something. We had a wonderful travel experience until we hit New Jersey Transit. And then it was abysmal. It was hot. It was
Yeah,
hotter in the train than it was outside.
inside.
What's up with that?
So
And
many
then
bodies,
so many
two
bodies. And
level.
then
Who the fuck decided two levels on a train was a good call?
and then one of the stops is the airport. So people are bringing in luggage. There's no luggage rack. There's nothing that you can put your luggage on. And
No.
so we just have this huge suitcase. And then the conductor's like, there's more seats back there. And we're like,
And then he wouldn't
oh,
move.
and then he would move out of the way. Yeah.
By the
So,
way, he was like, you
and
can just
then,
go either on top or it's like, can you fucking move? It was
yeah,
awful. He had a lot of tattoos though.
he really did look like a cool person, just maybe not the best
Yeah.
communicator. And that's what we need to
Yeah.
learn. Like your vibe might be great, but the way you communicate might not be so great.
Might be
So
piss
let's
poor.
just try and match the vibe of greatness with your communication.
Yeah.
Um, Anyway, when we got to the train hall, there was also frustration. I feel like once we had our food, we could be happy again. But
Yeah.
my favorite moment is when we got home and got to my house and walked in the door, and you could have you would have thought Michael was running to the bathroom. The way he pushed everyone out of the way, basically.
I
The
did not
door
push
opened. It
everyone
felt
out of
like
the
it. It
way.
sure felt like it.
I did
You
not. No one was
moved,
in the
you
way.
parted the sea of your family and just said nothing and ran down the hall. And I had assumed, oh, he's got to go to the bathroom. Like something dire is happening right now.
Mhm.
And no, 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 no. He ran down the hall to the inflatable mattress that we have in my office and just turned off the lights and never emerged again.
I did emerge a little bit.
Once.
Yeah, I emerged to have some water to take my pills. And Nils was like, "Did you fall asleep?" And at first I was like, "No." And then I was like, "Oh, you know what? I think I did fall asleep."
Yeah.
I emerged twice to let Nils know, yeah, I did fall asleep, in
And by
fact.
that time, I was asleep in bed with my baby. So,
Yeah, you were in sleeping
what a
bed with
time,
your
though. Like,
baby.
it was incredible. You could tell Michael was like, I'm done. And he just waltzed in. And I literally just thought you were in the bathroom. And I remember I came down, I was like, are you in bed? And you're like, yeah. And it was pitch black. I was like, okay.
I love
Um,
sitting in a dark room in bed on my phone.
yeah, you really do. Sometimes I'll FaceTime you and it's a real big jump scare.
I'm a vampire. I know it's just like a black screen, and then I
Yes.
have to turn on a light. I'm like,
And I
hey
just see your
girl, what's
face.
up?
I'm like, are you well? Um, anyway, Dollywood was beautiful and it was a wonderful
Dollywood was
park.
in the Smoky Mountains. We saw a little girl in a Tyla t-shirt.
And let me just say, so many children with mullets. I think I mentioned this in our bonus episode, but so many child mullets. Like, I've never seen, I didn't really know that they existed like this predominantly, but like many of you are giving your children mullets, and I respect it and also am so confused. Like, I didn't know it was happening this much.
I know. I you would think we were in the 90s again.
I just didn't know. We got off
Achy
the
breaky
plane.
heart never left Tennessee,
Well,
apparently.
we got off the plane and there's a lot of business in the front, and then I saw some party in the
A
back, and
party
it
in the
was for
back.
tiny humans, and
And
I was so confused.
you kept being like a mullet, like attractor, like a magnet, a mullet magnet. Cause
I
I only saw one,
I
really.
would
I only saw
say
like two.
right.
And you just kept
Yeah.
finding them. And I was like, what the hell? I'm missing all the children with mullets.
Yeah, I would say like I'm a detective for child mullets. Like I can spot them. I'm like the child mullet
The
spotter.
mullet
The
whisperer.
mullet whisperer. That's beautiful, perfect. Like
Yeah.
I'm not that way with adults. Like if I see an adult with a mullet, I'm like, whoa, okay. But for children, it's just like very jarring to see.
And I only saw one guy at Dollywood who was wearing a MAGA hat and dressed up in like American flag regalia. And that was
Sure.
it. Everyone
Yeah,
else was just wearing like Bucky's t-shirts. I only saw one Trump supporter there, like open Trump supporter. I'm sure
sure.
there were many, but
Sure.
I only saw one who was proudly wearing the Trump regalia.
But you know what? We're all there in community, and everyone
Yeah.
was so nice, and everyone was
Mhm.
having a great time. And we're all there in community to eat as many carbs as we can and
Mhm.
get on a roller coaster. And at one point, Michael and I ate a giant bucket of cotton candy and washed it down with a Powerade. And by
Yeah.
bucket, I mean a bucket.
It
Like,
was like a bucket, and I wanted her to keep it because it was a Dollywood bucket. But like, what would we do with it? Like, I could imagine proofing bread with it.
yeah.
I could imagine, I don't know, using it for a nice house plant, maybe. But you were just like, let's fucking throw this bucket away.
Yeah, I
People were
didn't need
keeping
it.
their Dollywood buckets.
Um, I did pack 2 loaves of cinnamon bread in my luggage.
Yeah.
Delicious, worth it.
Yeah.
And bought home, brought home, Jesus, 4 bags of Bucky's beaver nuggets. Do have a
One
cute
of
little
which you gave
Dollywood
to me.
ornament
Oh,
that
that's
is
the one I
right
gave Dick and
here.
Bev, and Bev got
Wait,
it.
Oh my God, I have to hear. So Dick and Bev are Michael's neighbors, and the whole trip we're like looking for a trip for them. Like, what is going to be good for Dick and Bev? What did they do? What did they say?
Well, Bev was like, "Oh, thank you so much. This is great." And then she was like, "Papa's in the hospital."
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. Oh, Papa just got home
Who's
from the hospital.
who's Papa?
Papa apparently is Dick. I didn't know that Dick had gotten home from the hospital, but she was like, "Just tell your mom that Papa got home from the hospital."
I'm so sorry. She
I
calls
know.
him Papa?
Yeah, she calls him Papa. Like the Rankin Bass Christmas movies where Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus call each other Mama and Papa.
Mama.
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 So she calls him Papa.
Oh my
You
God.
call your husband Baba.
Yeah, I do. It's so gross. But it just came out of me one day and it just never left. And it's like the worst. It's like the most annoying thing I do, for sure.
Baba. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
love the
know. And I call Liam.
unicorn. I love when you chase them around with the
I'm not
feral
done with Papa.
unicorny
Okay, I'm
unicorn.
not done with Papa. We're not moving on to something else. Um, what an interaction, Michael, for
Yeah.
you to give
Like
her.
I'll let her know. And I was painting outside. I was painting in gouache because it was actually warm. More on that later about East Coast spring.
Oh, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
I'm done. We're in winter too, according to the Deep Dive podcast.
Yeah.
We're in
The
winter too.
Cornelian calendar. Yeah.
The Cornelia. I love how you know the reference.
Yeah, of course. Um, no, number one, I'm glad Papa's okay. That's how I
Yeah.
will be referring to him from now on, is Papa.
Yeah.
Dick and Bev, Dick no more. Papa and Bev.
Hey, girl.
Oh, Mama's home. Speaking of Mama.
We're recording right now
I can't
because
see
we
it.
had a 40-minute technical issue and I was about to kill Christina, so
Which I did nothing wrong.
you did nothing wrong. Yeah, I know. So we're recording the podcast right now. Sorry.
I
How
know
did it
me.
go? But feel free to pop in for whatever you need.
Mm.
I won't stop you. If you need a lemonade, if you need a shower, if you
Okay.
need a sandwich. What?
I'm just giving her
Okay. She's like,
suggestions.
knock it off.
All right, tell her I love her. She's my
Christina loves
inspiration.
you. I love her too. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Wait, I want her to come on camera. Can she? I want her to show her hair. She's never been on screen before
Oh, and you
on
want to
our
show her
pod.
on screen now that she has acceptable hair.
No,
Ageist.
I just want people to see how
Ageist.
cute she looks.
Ageist.
Our mom got a cute ass bob.
She got a cute ass bob. She got it dyed. Girl
Yeah,
looks so
she literally
cute.
looks 10 years younger. It's crazy.
Yeah, 15.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Apparently, her coworkers said, oh my God. Like they were aghast at her haircut.
You know what we should have done? We should have done the two picture reveal, like the Princess
Oh my
Diaries,
God.
and done a TikTok where it goes a princess.
Okay,
And we
we
can.
are going to do that.
I know I'm
We're
gonna print.
absolutely going to do that.
Yeah,
Mom installed a new drive for her printer yesterday, and I think that's what fucked up our Zoom today. And
yeah.
so we now need to use that printer to print these photos
These
of
old
her and
photos of
then
her.
do a
You know
reveal the
what
next time
photos
I
we
come
can
back.
use? We can use the ones of the calendar we took where she's in bed. We can
No,
use
that's mean. And I told you I would not mention that online, Michael. So you need to stop. You're being
Okay.
disrespectful. And when she sees that, she's going to be upset. So don't even go there.
Okay, I won't.
Yeah.
I brought your
Also,
packages in.
okay, we're recording.
Yeah.
I just I'll probably come up next week because it's
You're
gonna be
gonna come up
spring
next week?
break. I was gonna ask mom something about it, just for spring because it's our spring break. And
Next
so
weekend, not this weekend, right?
not this weekend, Michael. Did I say this weekend? Like, what are we
She
doing?
said next weekend.
Okay, I'm not scheduling this on the pod right now. We're gonna wait until after, and I'll talk to mom about some plans.
What, Mom?
Oh my God.
Oh, she's not coming up for Easter. No, don't worry. We're
No.
going down for Easter.
Okay, anyway, I'm not scheduling on the pod right now.
I
Jesus Christ.
I'm just trying to get shit
And I'm trying to
done.
talk to you about Papa and
Oh,
how
hell
he is in
yeah.
the hospital.
I
What
don't know what's
happened?
going on with Papa, why he's in the hospital, or well, why he was in the hospital.
All right. Well, thoughts and prayers to Papa.
Thoughts and prayers to Papa.
And we hope he's okay. And
Yes,
we did look for that gift for a long time. And,
yes,
there were
we
a lot
did.
of things where we suggested things. We were actually going to get them something from Bucky's. And then
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Leslie said, no, absolutely not. You already told her we were recording. What did she say?
No, she just scrunched a bunch of shit together so it would come into my audio.
Oh, so she's being an asshole right now while we're recording.
She's just opening boxes. I let her say, "Do your thing." We ran over. We had technical issues, Christina. This is her home.
I'm not upset about that. What I'm upset about is the purposeful scrunching of things on on
Ooh, Honey Nut
audio.
Cheerios.
Okay, this is devolved. My child's gonna be home in like 20 minutes. I already know. Oh my God.
Is he at jujitsu?
Yeah, he's at jujitsu.
Oh, I love that he. I don't like that he
Well,
wrestles
yesterday I was
people.
attacked.
He attacked. Well,
I
he
was
was
attacked.
attacking me. He tackled me like 10 times while I was there.
Yeah,
A
that's
total of
fine.
20 times
You're
over the
6'2" and you're fine. You're in your mid 30s
No,
and you're
those little
6'2".
elbows are like
Yeah,
daggers, and I
tiny
don't like
daggers.
them.
I don't
Tiny
disagree.
dagger
And his
elbows.
chin. He goes, her. And I'm like, oh my
And he's
God.
like, "Are my elbows hurting you?"
I know. My child really is a lot. And like, I love him so much. And he's a little cray cray.
You sent
And
me that video of the I'm the Baby dinosaur from what was that show called in the 90s?
dinosaurs.
Dinosaur. Yeah.
What?
It's been a while, okay?
It's called
It's called
dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. So he's like the I'm the Baby dinosaur in
Yeah,
Dinosaurs, in
he
the show
is.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, he sure is. But you know who we said was like that when they were growing up?
hmm
You.
Oh, I was? Well, I was
That's what we used to
loud.
say. We used to say, "Oh, Michael." But that was your favorite character in that show.
Yeah, it was.
And now you have a nephew who is that character. So way to go
Yeah.
on manifesting that for yourself. Um,
What?
oh my God.
Really? Oh, evicted when we were little. I thought you meant recently. I we almost got evicted because of me. I was like, what did I do? I
I
just got back a
don't
weekend.
need the input right now. Can you tell her we're recording and we're done?
We're done interacting with her.
She's nosy, and I knew that this would happen, and this is why she needs to be on the pod one time because then she's gonna be like,
She
fine.
wants to come on the pod and
She's
set
like,
the record straight. She told me
on what?
she wants to set the record straight on a lot of stuff. She's already been setting the record straight in the comments, so she wants to come and
I know
school
she's
us.
been leaving long
She's
comments,
been leaving long comments.
but I don't know what she needs to set the record straight
And now
about.
you just want to kill who? Oh, kill. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that.
Yeah, don't repeat that. Don't repeat things. Oh my God. Anyway, um,
So I want to segue into I had this brought up. I wrote it down in my notes. Val Kilmer passed away.
that's the craziest segue I've ever heard.
Val
What
Kilmer.
are you talking about?
Well, because
I know, but what do you mean?
because I saw this TikTok that said pour
Michael.
one out for Val Kilmer in the collectible mug,
Okay, but that was
and
the
it had Kissed by a
craziest
Rose.
thing.
And I was just what remember how
Oh
the
my
Joel
God,
Schumacher
Michael.
Batman movies were like our shit. We were like
Yes,
so into
Michael.
Joel Schumacher
Yeah, I remember. Do you want to know one
Batman.
of my memories around that? Is when we went to the YMCA in grade school, whenever I hear Kiss by a Rose, I was the woman who died in that film, and I would have to lie down on the playground, and there were a bunch of little boys that would stand around me and sing the song to me, and that is what we would
You had a
play.
harem of boys singing Kissed by a Rose to
Yes,
you?
and I would be singing it as well. Did you
Goals. I
just
just burped. I
burp?
just burped.
Oh my God.
I've just had
This is
I've been
R.I.P. Val Kilmer, and this is what's happening?
R.I.P. Val Kilmer.
Wow. I mean, Yes, rest in peace.
They said
What's
pour one out. Do you
happening?
remember those collectible mugs? But the Joel Schumacher Batman movies were like our favorites. And
I
I
am
hate that I
aware.
hate the Christopher Nolan ones because I love the campy Joel Schumacher ones. Did you know he went to Parsons School of Design?
Val Kilmer?
No, Joel
I
Schumacher.
think this is the subject you brought up was Val Kilmer passing
I
away.
know, and he was Batman for like in one
I'm
movie.
aware.
And that connected to Joel Schumacher. Keep up. The train
I
is
am
Val
keeping
Kilmer.
up. This is just so
Batman.
wild.
Batman directed by Joel
I
Schumacher.
know. But
Our
Michael, R.I.P.
childhood.
Val Kilmer, and it was the craziest transition. And then you just went straight to remember the song from Batman. Nothing about how we're gonna
Val
miss him or
Kilmer.
anything. It was just I saw a TikTok and it
Yeah.
reminded me of how much I loved Batman. But the TikTok was
Yeah.
about Val Kilmer dying, and that's why
Yeah.
you brought it up. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Oh my God. We're very sorry for your family's loss. I know you're listening, Val Kilmer's
Apparently he
family.
was
So,
very difficult to work with.
okay, that
But Mira
doesn't mean,
Sorvino,
oh,
but Mira Sorvino said that he wasn't and that the rumors weren't true. So God bless Mira Sorvino.
this is the craziest segment.
But yeah, remember we
Okay.
used to watch Batman and Robin, which apparently is the worst film. I think it's the best
How could
one.
I ever forget? And what a betrayal I felt when I realized the rest of the world felt that it was the worst Batman film. And I grew up with you weekly, I want to say, watching this film and thinking it was the best Batman film I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I still love it.
I still love it too. It's campy. It's
You and
like
Poison Ivy, I feel
it's
like that
like
was your gay
60.
awakening.
That was my gay awakening, Poison Ivy, of course.
Yeah.
Someone who lures men with their poisonous lips.
Incredible. And meanwhile, I wanted to be Batgirl. I wanted to be Alicia
Yeah, you loved
Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone. Like
Incredible.
we got all the Taco Bell merch.
We sure did.
We got the drinks,
Hmm.
the chalupas.
I
Does Taco Bell
loved,
sell chalupas anymore?
yeah.
Oh my
I mean, I'm pretty
God.
sure they do still. Do you want me to look it
They
up?
don't sell gorditas anymore though, right?
I'm pretty sure they do. Let's look at the Taco Bell menu. This, what a segue.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. Let's look at the
Rest in
Taco
peace.
Bell menu. Let's see. Taco Bell menu. Um, let's see.
They do not have a gordita supreme on the menu anymore. I
I
know they.
hope they do. Okay. Let's look at best sellers. Soft taco, ew. Crunchy
Ew.
taco, cheesy gordita crunch, Michael, and the chalupa supreme. I liked the chalupa supreme. I liked the gordita. Yeah, Michael, it's still there.
Okay. Okay.
So just checking in on Taco Bell. I mean, the amount of fast food that has coursed through our veins
Veins. It's
is
amazing that we made it that
frightening.
I made it to 35. Really.
Frightening. I
Yeah.
think that the amount of food dye, the amount of fast food coursing through our veins, the amount of television we are like really the definition of latchkey kids. And
Yes.
I never knew what that meant.
Oh,
And
really? I knew what it meant at the age of like 14.
okay, I mean, I had heard of it, but I didn't know what it meant. Maybe because I was fucking taking care of everyone, but
Yeah.
I I didn't have
Yeah.
time to know what latchkey meant.
You were too busy
I was too
already.
busy. And yeah, we're really the definition of that. So I mean, I have such a definitive memory of every day walking from my middle school across Foothill Boulevard past that McDonald's. And if we had spare change, we would go to that
What
McDonald's and
about
get
Jimmy
food.
Dean's when you had money for Jimmy Dean's?
The best. When I had money, I used to, at the age of from 11 to 13, pretty sure, maybe it was 12, but I remember walking to school and I would stop into this little restaurant on the corner, Jimmy Dean's, and I would get myself a full ass breakfast with pancakes and bacon and sausage and
Really?
eggs. Yes. And I would
I
sit and
just
have
remember
my
you coming home with
breakfast.
lunch. So did
Oh,
you stop at Jimmy Dean's twice?
I don't, was it Jimmy D? I mean, there was this restaurant where I used to go in
Yeah,
the
I know. It
morning.
was called Jimmy Dean's.
Oh, okay, okay. And I would
I think
get,
it's still open in Sunland.
I hope so, but I would get a full ass breakfast and I would eat my breakfast in the morning and I would I like if I had money, I would spend it on my little breakfast. And I was like a full adult. Like I would just go in and get my
I
breakfast
just
and leave.
remember when the new Denny's opened in our hometown, and your birthday gift to me on my birthday was taking me to Denny's. And we were
Yes,
like, you were 13, I was like 10, and we were both at a Denny's by ourselves. Like, can you imagine? I don't think little children do this anymore.
no. And remember part of that story that has stuck with me forever is that I was surprising you. And so I made you close your eyes and I walked you to Denny's, but I was really bad at leading you and I accidentally slammed your head into a pole.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
went, ow! And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I don't
And
remember that.
yes, and I've stuck with me forever. The moments where I've really hurt you have stuck with me forever because I hate, like, I feel so guilty about them and they're awful.
I remember when I scratched your face and left a scar, and then I really got you bad, and mom scorned me for it, and then I didn't know I scarred you. I
Oh,
think you
mom
still have
just
that scar.
scorned you for it because for me, when I climbed on top of you and I punched you in the nose and made your nose bleed, and I went, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then you turned to me and you had a glint in your eye and you paused and you went, and she saw what I did and she said, you little bitch. And then I ran out of the house and ran all the way to grandma's house.
Oh, okay, wow. That's good
Yeah.
because she was a little unstable
Oh, she would
then.
have kicked my ass.
She would have
And
yeah.
I talked to dad later that day and he went, what did you do? And I was like, I punched Michael in the face. And then mom said this to me. And then I just ran to grandma's house. And he laughed on the phone. He went, that's good. Good job. He's like, you did a good thing. I said, I ran away.
I ran
I ran
away.
all the way to grandma's house.
Ah, I remember Martha. Remember Martha and
I sure do.
Natalie and Nelson,
Yeah.
where I was talking about. Oh no, Dad was talking about mom, and then she was like, "Oh, her temper,
Her temper.
her temper."
Yeah, she's crazy. And yeah, we grew up with some drama. And I was talking to Nils the other day about, oh, did you hear that little New York accent come out the other day?
The other
Um,
day.
the other day. I was talking to Nils the other day about like, you know, his upbringing, and I was like, yeah, my parents communicate because he always thinks it's crazy that like my parents still talk to each other. And my parents, our parents, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Rude.
And
I was just gonna let you have it. I was like, "Yeah, they're your parents."
you do this to me
I
all the
didn't even
time. You always say
correct.
my mom. I'm like, hello?
I
Like
do that too.
you do it to me all the time.
Or when I was in India, I was like my cousins, and
Yeah.
I
And I'm
didn't
like,
say our
they're
cousins.
our cousins. Um, but he's like always baffled our parents talk to you. I was like, it was not this way. They did not always just like peacefully get along. I was like,
No.
we had, cops regularly by, and like there were some times where, you know, was outside with some cops on our lawn and
Dad still tells that
just
story where they called the cops, and I told the cops that she makes me clean my room. That's why I don't want to go there.
You little stink.
I
Oh my
know.
God. And can you imagine what they would have thought? She makes me. I love how you're telling the police something
She
bad that mom did.
clean my
She makes me
room.
clean my room. I'm wearing your shirt you left.
Oh, I left a shirt there and you're just wearing it?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, you would have done the same by now. Can't even say anything. If I had left a plain shirt there, you'd have been like, yeah, what about it?
What about it?
You
No,
know
you
it.
steal my shit more now. You have two of
I
my
don't.
items. Yes, you do. You steal my shit,
You
and
leave it here.
I didn't mean to leave it here. Well, you can mail it to me.
Mm-hmm. You know what you forgot to take are your yak tracks.
I know, but we don't need them anymore until
That's
it
true.
snows again tomorrow.
Is it supposed to snow?
It's supposed to snow tomorrow. So this is our next segue. I need spring. I need spring to come to the fucking East Coast already.
I'm
Into the
pissed.
Northeast. I'm
I'm
pissed
pissed.
too. Because Tennessee, they had those beautiful blooms. Everything was starting to sprout. It was getting green.
I know. I'm so
Okay,
mad.
mom. Oh my God. She said
Here
now
we
they're
go.
all underwater.
Oh my God. Here we
Uh,
go. Um,
She said we left Tennessee at the right time. Like we were gonna plea there for more than just 3 days.
right? Like
Like you left at the right time. Yeah, because we were
we
planning
were
to
planning
stay
on
in
not
Tennessee.
going. Um, yeah, Tennessee was beautiful. There were so many blooms. And then I come here. We came here. It was
And it
like
was
70
raining.
degrees. It was beautiful. It was like 80 the last day we were in Dollywood. And literally we got here and it was like 45 and raining. And I was like, take me
45 and
back.
raining. Take me
Let's go
back.
back. Get me on a
I
plane back. I was
don't even
like, this
care if
is
it's
crazy.
Tennessee. I will just go there for the weather. Now I get
Literally,
why New Yorkers don't give a fuck about if they have to go to Florida. They will just go to Florida for the weather
100%.
and the winter.
And I am over it.
I'm
We
over it
had
too.
hail this morning when I took Liam to
What?
school. We
What?
walked out and there was hail. And he goes, Mommy, what's this? And I was like, it's hail. And
Mommy, was this? He's never seen hail.
no, he knows, but he was just like, whoa. And I have daffodils out there. I have some pretty
What? You
bluebells
planted
out
shit
here.
already? You can't
No,
plant
they're
shit.
blooming. The person
Um,
who lived here before us, they planted. Our forsythia is about to bloom. I see some blooms outside, like far away, but it's cold and gray. And it's supposed to rain all weekend. I'm pissed. I'm like, no, I
no,
don't
I'm used
want
to
to
the
do
rain,
this.
but I would like the warmer temperatures along with the rain, not the 45 degrees or the 36 degrees at night.
Right. Like, I think for me, I want sunshine. Like, I don't mind as much. I want warmth for sure. But I think because it's been so cloudy and gray here, I just want sunshine. And it's funny
Okay.
because I I've never been a person where I'm like, the weather impacts my mood so much. And I'm like, oh, it does. Like,
When
it
I
for
lived
sure
in New York
does.
City, the weather impacted my mood, but ever since I moved to upstate New York and central New York, there's more sunnier days and there's also more
Mm.
snow in the winter, so it actually elevates your mood a little bit more. So I could see how Kingston it would be like a little rough
But it wasn't like this last year, and that's
because
why
it
I'm
was
mad.
like gray. Yeah, last
We
year
had
it was.
Easter by this time.
You had Easter by this time and it was really nice by this time.
I know. And it's supposed to be cloudy tomorrow. Wednesday, it's supposed to be sunny. So I'm really holding on to that. And then all weekend, it's supposed to rain.
Yeah, like we had a rough winter. I am just done with winter 2.0. I'm like, can we just go to spring
Let's go
1.0 or
on.
point
I'd
0.5?
like to, and I know the old adage is April showers bring May flowers, but I'm done. I'm, I don't
Yeah, because you guys
need
got a lot
any
of
more
rain instead of
showers.
snow in the winter, right?
I'm good. I
Yeah.
don't need it. Um, Michael, did you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta yet?
No, why? Is there some drama? I've been kind of avoiding Atlanta because it's like it's such a long-running franchise and they change so many different people. Like the cast changes every fucking year.
It's so good though. They're so funny. They're like the
Oh, are they?
funniest
Okay.
women. They're the funniest women. I mean, Potomac is so funny too. I watched the Potomac reunions.
Oh, I need to
Um,
watch the reunions. I
they
don't
were
you
very
love
good. They were so
Stacey?
funny. What? I didn't watch the whole show.
You don't watch
I
the
just
show? I
watched
love
the
Stacey.
reunions.
You just watch the reunions. Stacey is the best new cast member. You
Michael,
don't
she
like
seems
Stacey?
wild.
I love her.
She seems out of her mind, to be
No, she's
kind.
not out of her mind at all. She's really stable. She's great.
You just
It,
wait until the reunion, Michael.
okay, I'll watch the reunion
Just
after
watch the
this.
reunion and like there are just some things that come to light because she and Giselle do not get along.
Yeah, I know that, but anyone who doesn't get along with Giselle is good in my book because Giselle is like it's usually darker skinned black women who don't get along with
Really?
Giselle with
Oh, I
Giselle.
didn't notice that.
Candace didn't get
Candace
along
was
with Giselle.
so mean though.
I loved Candace. I miss her on that show. She was such a good addition to that
I mean, I
show.
agree, but she was not a kind person.
I don't care. Her reads were amazing.
They were
So,
amazing.
so tell me what happened on Atlanta and then I'll watch it.
Well, Kenya is no longer on the show. I don't
But
know if
isn't
you heard
Kenya a
about
friend?
that. No, she had, well, she I actually don't know, but she had a peach, I believe. Portia came back, which is great. Kenya was back. But there's this girl on the show. Her name is Britt,
Hmm.
and she is, I guess she used to be like a video vixen or something, and now she like is in insurance, and she's close with a one other girl, and she has been interpreting Kenya as being like shady to her or like passive aggressive. And they have this big dinner where um it ends with Britt like really kind of going off and then saying like talking about how she has like a pistol and like how she has
What?
like she's like a gun and she's like basically like don't make me bring out my gun and it's crazy
Oh my God.
and so the reason why Kenya is not on the show is, and what's wild is like Kenya is really calm during their interaction and she's just like trying to get away from this girl and like leaves. But you can hear her on the hot mic in the car saying like that girl is crazy, like all this stuff.
And
And
Kenya is crazy, so
oh,
someone to
she was
match
very
Kenya's craziness.
calm when she left, and that's how you
Well, maybe
know
sh
shit
hmm.
is about to go down because Kenya is wild.
Yeah.
So she had her big, and it was actually like such a sad episode because she had her big hair care line. Like she opened a spa and she like had this big opening day. But on the opening day, she decided to like do a presentation about Brit and like had poster boards made that said, "Who is this hoe?" And had her picture and like all these different iterations. But the worst part is she had a blown up picture apparently of her giving a person fellatio and like of her like going down on a guy and like blew it up and showed it to the crowd.
Who
And
did
it
that for her?
can't, I don't what FedEx like
Was like, this is
Kinko's
totally okay.
like combo situation did that. Like who would do that?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's what I was thinking. Like who made this poster board? Like how did this happen? Um, and so she got kicked off the show basically after she did that.
Kenya
And
got kicked off the show
yes, because they were like, that's
compared
inappropriate.
compared to someone who threatened to use a gun.
Yeah, so that's
I
like
think they both should get kicked off the show.
100%. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is crazy that like, yes, Kenny's actions like awful, like definitely cross the line, and also saying you have like a pistol, like that's
I'm
crazy.
sorry,
And
but with
like,
housewives, these women are not friends.
no, and also like,
Like in every
can
housewife
you and
franchise,
like
they hate each other. They're not friends.
no, but also like people were saying like, oh, if you're gonna like threaten me, you're essentially like threatening my family, like and my kids, like all of these things. And it's just like basically Kenya, I feel like she blacked out, lost her mind, and was like, you're not about to do this to me, like in this way, and like went crazy. And I can't say, I mean, I know it's completely wrong and awful, but like, I feel like I black out and go crazy when my family's threatened, and it's happened with you before, where I've blacked out and gone absolutely insane at
Like
someone.
my first week in New York City.
Correct. And, you know, if that were to happen with me and someone was like inadvertently threatening my family almost, like, I don't know, I can't say I wouldn't go crazy too. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's like
So
not acceptable,
it's not
obviously, and like
acceptable
awful and
behavior.
I think
It's
illegal.
awful to
Like
like, well, it's also
gross.
awful. It's like the worst form of slut shaming.
Literally, like that's so crazy.
But Kenya's
Um,
always been into slut shaming.
I know, it's really sad.
She's
But the
really
thing
bad.
that made me so sad was like, girl, you've worked so hard to bring this whole company to life. You dedicated this location to your daughter. You worked all this way, and you're gonna do that at this event. Like, that's what was crazy to me is like, it just became
Okay, I have to watch
sad.
this. Okay, I'm
It's
guessing
just really
marathoning
sad.
Housewives. Well, I'm marathoning that franchise and I'll finally watch the Potomac reunion.
And do you watch White Lotus? Because I watched the finale
I don't
yesterday.
have Max.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, I feel like we covered a lot of topics. We really were all over the place.
Yeah.
Anything else that you have on your list that you wanted to bring up? I don't have a
Um,
list, but
it's just about using a juicer, but it's really not that
please
important.
do tell. I would love to hear
Oh,
about
I'm
it.
just saying, you know how when you got a juicer, you were really
Mm-hmm.
excited to use it like the first month you had it, and then you didn't touch it at all. Just like how
So
I got
true.
a juice. Shut up. It's true
It's
with every
not.
it is true with everyone who gets a juicer. You use it for like the first 2 months or the first month you have it. You go crazy about juicing. Then you realize how expensive juicing is and you
Yeah.
stop and you shut it down together and you're like, this is not worth it. And really, I'm getting none of the nutrients and the benefits that I should get. But I've been juicing again like these last 2 days.
So the conclusion is you're juicing again.
Yeah, I'm juicing again. But I was like, I haven't touched this juicer in like 4 years since the first time I touched it the first time I
Have
bought
you
it.
noticed some benefits from your couple days of reintegrating back into the juicing world?
Increased energy and just increased energy in the morning. Like, because I've been doing it in the morning instead of having like a full-on crazy breakfast, I've just been juicing. Um,
Wow.
I know because I went hard on like on grocery day and I was like, okay, my body needs like some semblance of a vegetable.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
and
how I
also
felt when we got back from
our
Dollywood.
Dollywood trip too, we had those salads because we were like, what the fuck? We need to like have like
Yeah.
proper nutrition
My body was just like comprised of cinnamon bread and
and
pulled
beaver
pork.
nuggets and
Yeah.
pulled pork and beaver nuggets. Um,
Well, good for you,
so
Micah. I'd love to hear more about your juicing journey in the
but
next
I'm just
episode
saying
of the
like
show.
it's been the first time I've used it in like 4 years.
Okay. I did use
And
our juicer. Nils used his juicer because it was a part of his recovery after
oh, he
his
did?
brain surgery.
Yeah.
Yes. And sorry to drop like brain surgery in there, like it's nothing. My husband had brain surgery 6 years ago and he's okay. But it was a part of like his holistic recovery. And then there was a period of time where I did drink celery juice for like a week.
A week.
Um,
See, it's always lasts like a week.
and
I feel like this is gonna be a week thing for
yeah.
me. Maybe I'll
And
do the Leslie
My friend Esky made
Sansoni.
fun of me for it. She said, "You've never been more hipster than when you're drinking celery juice and
I love how
pinning about like hygge." Like it was like on Pinterest. And I was like, "Yeah, no.
pinning about hookah.
Hygge, it's the like Norwegian practice of like comfort and finding beauty in life."
Oh, that's really funny. I thought you meant hookah, like hookah.
No, but I used to do hygge. It's not very good for you, but I did enjoy it in
Yeah, I
Buffalo.
did used to do hookah too, and I used to know how to blow smoke rings. That was a talent of mine.
Okay. Know how to
Yeah.
blow something else, Michael. Gross.
Fuck
Gross,
you.
you're my brother.
Fuck you. Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
also when
Exactly.
we went to Dollywood and got our picture taken, we were getting our
Oh, I
picture
was
taken
gonna
in front of the
mention this.
Dollywood sign, and the woman taking pictures was like, "Give him a kiss on the cheek," and I was like, "No, he's my
He's my
brother."
brother. And then like the Tennessee couple was like laughing so hard.
Yeah, and the photographer was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
It was a
We were
butch
like, "It's
lesbian
fine."
photographer.
Yeah, she was great. She was really
She
cute.
was
Everyone there was
great.
so nice.
Yes, everyone at Dollywood was so nice, and it wasn't like Disneyland staff where they looked exhausted and not like wanting to work there. They
Oh my
looked like
God.
they genuinely wanted to work there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of if there are any other memorable moments. I mean, we were the youngest people in the Dolly Parton experience for
Yes, we
sure.
were.
Michael
Yes,
got to
we were.
see Stale Magnolias, the original script.
The original script for Steel Magnolias, which was my top thing in Dollywood, other
Hmm.
than the rides.
I consumed 4 loaves of cinnamon bread from Dollywood was my
Oh,
top.
I'm gonna make cinnamon rolls tonight. That sounds good. I'm just gonna balance off my ginger,
I
turmeric,
have some
carrot
in the
shots and my green
fridge.
juice and just have
We
some
had
cinnamon rolls.
That's such a great idea. I had a play date yesterday with um well, my son had a play date. I didn't have a play date,
Yeah,
but
I had a play
my
date.
son had a play date with one of his friends yesterday and I bought cinnamon rolls. I bought so much stuff. I'm gonna end the episode with saying I went to Aldi. I arrived at Aldi in the store at 9:03 and I pulled out of the parking lot with 4 packed to the brim bags of groceries. I checked out myself and got everything on our list and more groceries for
Which
the
our
next two
mom
weeks
would
by
not be happy with.
9:30 a.m.
Did you do self-checkout?
I did, yes, because they
Mom's
only
not going to
have
be happy
one.
about that. You self-checkout, and mom is not going to be happy about
It's
that.
fine because there's one person that has an aisle open and the rest is self-checkout. So I'm not going to go wait in the line. I can just go do self-checkout. And we had guests that were coming over. And I understand she's upset about the decrease in labor, but there were a lot of people in the store working for all these that were stocking the shelves because I went there at 9 a.m. in the morning. So they seem to be fully stacked. And I really hope they're not losing jobs. And I'm in support of more people getting paid
And
more
they're
money.
not DEI inclusive either.
Ugh, I just,
I need to look if Hannaford is actually. I need to
that's
check that.
true.
But they're
Um,
based in Maine. They should be pretty okay.
Okay. Well, congratulations to me on my timing and boo on the
Yeah.
ethics of this. And also good job on everyone who went and protested this past weekend.
Yeah,
Great
good
job.
job. Thanks,
I
white
loved your
people, for
signs.
protesting. I loved it. Thanks for doing something.
On that note, we'll see you on our next episode of what's this
Whatever the
name of
fuck
the
this is. It's
podcast?
it's called
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity. You forgot the name,
For a
really?
second, I was thinking about I've been kissed by a rose.
Rose. And how little boys used to sing
Bye.
that too.
Yeah, in the middle of the playground where I pretend to be dead. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.